Hi guys, we're staying down on the mat today with this 10-minute mat booty blowout that's going to work all sides, every angle of the butt to give it a nice lift and some really good strength and endurance. So if you're ready for this one, go ahead, roll out your mat and let's go. All right, it is one of your favorite types of workouts today, which is to say it is a mat bar workout, and this one is a mat bar booty blowout. So it's gonna be 10 minutes total in terms of like the exercise portion. We'll do a little bit of stretching on either end as well. But before we get cracking into this 10 minutes of terror, a few pieces of business. So first of all, welcome. If you are new here, my name is Sarah. I post mostly bar and Pilates types of workouts. So if that's something you enjoy seeing 2 times per week on Mondays and Thursdays, please do hit that subscribe button down below so that you can come back for more. Also, I would absolutely love it if you would follow me over on Instagram. My account is just at F2D Fitness. And I post all kinds of things over there. So fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, lots of information about women's hormone health. That's kind of my like speciality over there, as it were. And then along those lines, you can find also in the description box below the link to my shop where you can purchase my 28-day workout program, the Hustle and Flow Guide. And that is a cycle-synced workout program for women's hormonal cycles. So really helpful one for balancing hormones, losing any kind of stubborn hormonal fat deposits, building strength, improving energy, improving mood, so just improving your cycles in general, does all those things, which also of course has an impact on fertility. So if that's something that's important to you, it should be, whether you're planning on using it or not, should be important to you. Have a look down below and feel free of course to ask me any questions that you might have. But we're gonna get into this one, so 10 minutes. I know it sounds short, but I feel like it's not actually going to feel that short. We're gonna start down on the back here. So go ahead, roll it all the way back. Knees are going to be bent. We're going to be doing a variation on a bridge lift here. So right leg is gonna be extended out long here, hands by the sides. As you lift hips, we're going to lift leg at the same time. That leg is actually gonna help you bring the hips nice and high. So yeah, don't think of it as purely a bad thing. It is gonna be a challenge though. We start with this 1 full minute in 3, 2, 1. So lifting the leg with the hips. Oh, I never know what to do with my hair while I'm in bridge position. Wah, wah. But for real, what do you do with your hair when you're in bridge position? Because if you have just like a ponytail, you have to kind of like balance your head on the little like, on the tail. And it's kind of annoying. Make sure that you're lifting high enough in these, because if you're only doing a little lift, you're not even gonna be working into that left glute and hamstring. So it does have to be quite a big lift. And like I say, this is where actually the right leg is somewhat helpful because it will kind of help you bring the hips higher, especially like the more you think of lifting that right leg. So think right foot coming basically over your line of vision. A little bit more here. I think we're just about there. 2 more ought to do it. On this next one, I want you to keep the right leg lifted, but we're gonna bring hips down, hips up. This is our second exercise. So you'll feel the difference here because without that right leg to help you, it should actually be a little bit harder. Still pushing as high as you can through that left glute. Keep shoulder blades tucked under. Make sure you can pause at the top and then slow the release. So if anything, the release is more important. You can do big up, pause, slow release. Big up, pause, slow release. And that pace will help train these ones. But we always want to slow that release phase. So if I'm looking up, it's because I'm checking the time. You guys should just keep your head down. Once you're going with these, don't worry, I'll notify you when we're done. But I've just got my timer off to the side here. Is the last one on this side. Do 1 more. And release. All right, that wasn't so bad, was it? Huh? Drop the knees side to side, and you're like, no. But 2 minutes done, just like that. Look how fast that was. Same thing, we're gonna do the same 2 things on the opposite side. So left leg extends long. First we get to use the leg to help up, and then we do just a single leg glute lift. In 3, 2, 1. So lift and kick and lower. I say like for about 10 seconds. The second side always feels a little bit better because you're like, oh, fresh, kind of. But it doesn't last. Well, and you might be doing this perhaps after another workout, in which case this is just like your burnout. That's usually the case for me when I'm filming. One of them is the burnout because I pretty much always film 2 back to back so that I can post those 2 in the week. So yeah, you could do the same thing. I've just done it, so you could do that as well. This is the second one I'm filming today. All right, last few seconds here. Woo. Let's do one more. Keep that leg up, hips lower down. So touch hips, big lift. It's just a touch the hips. So don't fully release the weight every time you touch hips to floor. It's just a tap. It's like floor is on fire. We touch it, lift up and away again. My hair is driving me crazy right now. I should have thought about this. I should have strategized this before, but I never know what to do because I'm like, well, what do I do? I don't want to wear my hair down for working out, but then I'm like on the ponytail. What's the solution? A super high bun? My hair is not long enough right now for the super high bun. Let me know if you have any strategies for this. I'm all ears. Probably like braids. Someone's gonna say, I can't I can't French braid my own head. I can do it to somebody else. One more here. And release, and then straight into it. Bring both feet together, hips lifted, knees together. We're just gonna do a little pulse here. So narrow bridge pulse, keep the legs squeezed in as tight together as you can, low release squeeze. This is why I often just put my hands under my head on these because I don't know what to do. But yeah, I would love to do like French braids and stuff for working out. I've tried that. I've gone through phases where I'm like, okay, this is the year I learned how to do that. No, listen, I'm actually maybe too old at this point to learn how to do it. But yeah, I know how to French braid. Like I say, I can French braid somebody else. Like I can do it on somebody else's head. On my own head, like how do you pull all the bits tight enough? How do you move your arms in the correct? I don't know. Like you got to grow up doing it. One more here and release. Hug knees in. All right, that's halfway. That's 5 minutes. We're at that 5-minute mark. So we're going to be seated for this next portion. I don't do these ones a lot in workouts, but they are a good one. So very classic like floor bar series. So some of you guys might recognize these. You're going to swing both feet over to the left side. So we're in this kind of like pinwheel formation. So right leg is just in front of you. You can have it just like lined up with the edge of your mat, in fact. That would be kind of ideal. Hips are gonna stay square to the front. So hips tracking over that front leg. This back leg, the left leg, we're gonna push it back. So squeeze the glute, we're lifting off the floor, we push it back, and we're just gonna wrap it around, staying balanced on that right glute. Yep, 1 minute of these in 3, 2, 1. At least with this one, I can have the timer right here so I don't have to move around. My hair isn't in my way. Keeping shoulders down and back. Try not to lean too much, so stay upright as much as you can. I feel like I'm already shaking. So really good one though for getting that like side butt, corner butt is what I like to call it. Also gets into that oblique a little bit as a fun bonus. This is one of those ones too, where if you've never done these before, you're probably just like, what, why, who would devise this? The more you do these, they really are actually not that bad. But yeah, you gotta do them pretty regularly. I say as I'm just like, I almost never do these, which makes them hard when I do them. So just know that I'm suffering right now too. Last one here, you're gonna keep that left leg back now. We're gonna keep it lifted, push it back behind the hip, and you're just gonna do a little pulse, pulse, pulse. Really difficult one. Watch that it's not creeping forward. If that knee comes all the way forward here, and we're not really working the glute anymore. So keep it back away from you. Avoid tilting as much as you can. I know I say as I'm like tilted off to the side, but know that I am lifting up as much as I can. I try to avoid putting my arm down so that I can't lean against it, because it just gives a bit of a crutch. Whoo! Hello, hello. Keep pushing it back. Keep finding that corner. Keep squeezing that corner. I mean, you know then what the next 2 minutes are going to be after this, because it's this on the other side, which means there's only 1 minute left at this point that's totally like unaccounted for, that is still a big surprise, which is kind of exciting because it means we're really close to the finish line. Last one here, and release. Oh my God. All right. Woo. We're just going to swing the legs around the other direction, and then we're going to repeat on this side. So again, you can just line up that left leg just along the like edge of your mat there. That's a pretty good position for it. Right leg is active in 3, 2, 1. So wrap her around and then wrap her back, keeping shoulders pulling back. Chances are that you're going to have a better range of motion on one side than the other. So just, you know, work with that, do the best that you can. Oh, my hip is popping on this side. That's really weird. Usually my left hip pops. It did not, but this one is. These fun discoveries you can continue to make about your body. I discover something new constantly. And I mean, I've been in this body for 34 years now, but I still discover new things. But yeah, if your hip is popping like mine is and it doesn't hurt, don't worry about it. That can sometimes come from just increasing range of motion. If it does hurt, you're gonna wanna make these a little bit smaller. All right, one more here ought to do it, and then we get into that pulse. So keep it back, push all the way back, little tiny pulses. Weirdly, I almost feel like this side feels harder. This is so weird. Am I turning left dominant? That would be really exciting. I don't know why, just like as a novelty, like suddenly I'm left dominant. Weird. Could be. Yeah, this feels a little bit harder than the left side. I don't know. Let me know which side feels better for you. You're like what you think of as your dominant side or what you think of as your non-dominant side. Keep squeezing. Bear with. We've got our final minute after this. Huzzah! So we're close. We're real close. Last 10 seconds here. Just keep trying to relax those shoulders. I know that is tricky because they do get excitable. Last one here. Release. All right. There we go. Oh, final minute. What's it going to be? Well, we haven't gone prone yet. So you're going to come face down here. To be fair, I have done a lot of these exercises lately. I'm going through a moment with them, not because I like them, but because they're really good for working the glutes. So I do like them in a sense. You're gonna bend knees here, split the knees open to about the width of your mat, maybe a little bit wider. This is a fairly narrow mat, so yeah, depending on the width of your mat. We're gonna be doing a lift plus an extension here. So on the lift, the heels are glued together. We lift, extend, in, down, yeah? So it's kind of like a double donkey kick is what it is. You'll extend out on the diagonals and then bring it back in and down. All right, 1 minute here. We start in 3, 2, 1. Push through the heels, bring it back down. Keeping upper body as relaxed as possible. Make sure you're finding a little pause in that extension. Do not rush these. So we never want to rush strength training. You're actually going to get a lot less benefit if you are rushing strength training. I know sometimes we think like, oh, well, more is more. The more reps I do in the allotted time, the better. No, probably not. The more reps you do intentionally with control, the better. So it's actually, usually in terms of quantity, it's usually less is more when it comes to strength. If we were doing cardio, that might be different. I say might be, because again, form is the most important. You're gonna do one more here. Lift, push, bring it in, bring it down. Extend legs out all the way long here. Press back to a child's pose. Let's do knees wide. This is always the best part. You can give the hips a little wiggle side to side. That was only 10 minutes. I'm like thinking in my mind, I'm like, did we hit all 10 minutes? We did, it felt fast. I mean, 10 minutes isn't that long. Maybe it didn't feel fast to you. Come up onto the knees here. We'll give it a little stretch. So step left foot to the outside of left hand. Nice big lizard here. You can have a little wiggle around. Yeah, it's 10 minutes. So yeah, it is a really nice kind of, I would say, burnout series. So if you've done maybe like a standing bar workout, you could finish with this one, just down on the mat. Go ahead, step back, switch sides for your final little glute song and dance. And if you are feeling really enthusiastic / crazy, you could add an ankle weight to this. Yup. Yeah, you can do ankle weights this whole series. Oh my God. Oh, that would have been gnarly. Oh wow, oh wow. Go ahead, step back here. Sit back on the heels. That is us done. So yeah, if you want to do it again with an ankle weight, maybe give that one a whirl next time. But if you enjoyed this one, please do give it a like down below so that I know you like to see these mat bar workouts. I think generally you do, so I'll probably keep filming them anyway. But give them a like anyway, because that helps too. And then of course, if you didn't already, please hit that subscribe button to come back twice per week. And let me know down in the comments if there are any kind of specific targeted workouts you would like to see more of. So what body part you want to target a little bit more as we head into summer. Or yeah, just leave me a greeting or the cats a greeting down below. But I will see you guys soon. Bye.